What's up everyone, it's James here from Smoking UK, back again with this week's video. Now, we do a lot of cigar reviews, we talk about a lot of cigar and we showcase a lot about cigars, especially across our social media channels. But one of the biggest questions that we receive as tobacconists and as content creators is, I'm looking at trying my first cigar, I've just bought my first cigar or I've been gifted a first cigar. Where do I start? What's a cutter? What's a lighter? How do I store it? What's the best size cigar for me? What's Maduro? What's Connecticut? There's a lot of questions, and as an outsider coming into the industry, it can seem really daunting and really overwhelming. Trust me, I've been there when I first started getting into cigars. This is why my first cigar was disgusting and I hated it, and I nearly turned my back on the cigar world altogether. Thank God that I didn't. So we want to put together a quick and easy, simple video for you guys that you can follow. We're going to go through how to cut, how to light, how to store, and how to pick your first cigar, all wrapped up into one video. So let's run the intro and let's get into our cigar. It wouldn't be a smoking YouTube video if I didn't have a cigar on the go. So I have got one picked here. I have a Silencio Red Dot. It doesn't have the band on because it is fallen off. This is a perfect stick for me to show you exactly how to enjoy your first cigar. So first of all cigars come with a cap. This is this top end here that is completely sealed. This is the bit of the cigar that is placed into your mouth while you enjoy the cigar. The open end is where you light. Some cigars do come with a closed cap, but you will definitely be able to tell between the smooth end of the cap and a closed cap cigar. Before we start looking at different types of cutters, looking at the cap and finding exactly where you need to cut first is the most important. So when you look at the end of a cigar, you will see there are certain lines at the top. You might get just a single cap where you get a single line. You might get a double cap where there's two, triple, and so on and so forth. At the end of your cigar, you'll definitely see a line that's going around the end that is protecting the end of the cigar. What your job is to use a cutter is not to remove the entire cap altogether, because the cigar will then unroll. You got to remember, the wrapper of your cigar is just a single leaf that is rolled. So this will come unrolled and you won't have a cigar to enjoy and it'll be ruined. But what you want to be able to do is just remove a small amount of that cap to allow airflow through the stick and into your mouth so you can enjoy the amazing flavours of these sticks. Come and join me on my side table. Let me show you some of the different types of cigar cutters that are available for you on the market and what is the best one for you to choose. So right here we have a couple of selections of different cigar cutters which you can use. I personally would recommend, for the first time smoker, is using a straight cut. That is when we take the end of the cigar and we take a straight cut straight across the back. This allows the most airflow, be able to experience all those flavors that cigar wants to be giving you. We also have, you might see quite often, is people referring to a V cut. And again, clue is in the title there. This will cut a V shape into the back of your cigar. So instead of the straight cut that takes the line straight off the back, this will cut a V into the back of the cigar. With a V cut, you might get a slightly tighter draw. Another one we can have is called a punch cut. And again, this simply is put onto the back of the cap, screwed in, and will remove a small hole out the back of the cap. A punch cut, foolproof way of cutting your cigar and not occurring any issues at all. However, a punch cut will give you the tightest possible draw. So if you have smoked a cigarette before in the past, or if you have vaped, this might be the better option for you because you're used to that very tight draw. So for this particular one, my personal favorite is a straight cut. I'm going to be using the Le Fineslemes cigar knife. So this is exactly the same as this. So you have your guillotine, which you place the cigar in and you close. This is exactly the same. It is still a straight cut, but it's just a single blade which closes in and takes the back of the cap off. So this is my personal favourite, so this is the one I'm going to go with for this. There is a double cap on this that's going to there. So you're going to find where the shoulders of your cigar is. That's just as the cigar is curving around, you're going to place that just on the inside of your cutter, and with a sharp and swift click, take the back of that cigar off with a perfect straight cut. So we've got the cigar cut. Now, of course, we need to light it correctly. And again, just like there are multiple options here for you to be able to cut your cigar, there are multiple options of you how to light your cigar. My personal favorite, and what I would personally recommend, is called a jet flame torch. For example, with this one. This is a single jet flame. However, you do have some that are available in a double, triple, There's a quadruple one, there's some that even go up to 6. That is totally down to your preference of how much of a flame you want to produce. Of course, you have your standard matches, which if you are smoking indoors, I'd recommend with a match. And some people will swear by it and will only ever light a cigar by cedar spills. These are strips of Spanish cedar which you light and then use that cedar piece to light your cigar. So like I said, my personal choice is a single jet flame lighter. When lighting your cigar, you want to start from the outside in, and work your way around to the center to ensure you get an even burn all over, just like this. So let's get this cigar lit. And you want to rotate the cigar in your hand, ensuring that the flame does not touch the cigar. What you're using, you're not using the flame of the lighter to light your cigar. You're using the heat from that flame to light your cigar. So as I've gone around the edge now, we're going to slowly work our way in until we've got an even burn all over. And what you can do as well, test if you have got an even burn, blow it down the foot of your stick and you'll see the cigar light up red, and that way you'll be able to see exactly where you've got your burn. And there you have it. Your cigar is cut, your cigar is lit, now it's time to enjoy smoking it. Now smoking a cigar is very different from smoking a cigarette. With a cigarette or vapes, you inhale the smoke or you inhale the vapor, you take it all the way down to your lungs, you let that nicotine set in before blowing the smoke out. With a cigar, it's completely different to that. You're not inhaling any of the cigar smoke. A cigar is for enjoyment. It's for relaxation. It is for flavour. To draw through the end like you're sucking on a straw. Hold the smoke in your mouth for 2 to 3 seconds. Move it around your mouth. Activate every single taste bud that you can before blowing the smoke out and enjoying the flavours the tobaccos are giving you. And there you go. You're enjoying your first cigar. Enjoy the flavours. Enjoy the aromas in the air. And of course, make sure you've always got a good drink to pair it with. But that's for another video. So we've got the cigar officially going. We've got it cut. We've got it lit. Let's head over to our walk-in humidor and let's try and find you the best size, the best brand, and what we would recommend for starting your cigar journey. Come on. So also guys, we're now here in the walk-in humidor at Smoking. We're in the New World walk-in humidor here at Smoking UK, and we're going to try and find you the best starter cigar. Now, when you first start smoking cigars, you don't want something that's going to blow your palate to pieces. You don't want something that's going to make you feel sick or nauseous. You want something that's going to last you a long period of time, fits comfortable in your hand, but it's going to be an enjoyable and positive smoking experience. Now, I've picked one particular cigar for you that I recommend every single person, and even people who've been smoking cigars for years, I still think it's a fantastic cigar. It's a very mild cigar, and it's the Brickhouse Double Connecticut Torpedo. Fantastic size. You're going to get a good solid hour smoking experience out of this. It's not so strong and overpowering that it's going to feel nauseous, you're going to feel sick, that you have to have a massive, big, hearty meal beforehand. But it's still a fantastic smoke. Construction is amazing as well, so you don't have any problems with the draw or with lighting. Obviously, every cigar is handmade, and nothing is perfect. I've never had anything bad with a Brickhouse. So if you've never smoked a cigar before, you want to start getting into cigars, or you want to try your first one, highly recommend the Brickhouse Double Connecticut in the Torpedo. But of course, some people are a little bit hesitant about the taste of tobacco. Maybe you've tried a cigarette before, you've smelt a cigarette before, and you're not quite sure if you're going to like the taste of tobacco. Maybe your first cigar might be good to actually have an infused or a flavoured one. Now, I'm not a massive infused or flavoured cigar smoker, but I can guarantee this is a fantastic smoke. This is the Drew Estate, and it is the tobacco. This is an Robusto size, so you're going to get a good solid hour smoke out of this. It's actually infused with flavours of coffee and chocolate, with a sweetened tip as well. So I can guarantee it's like smoking a dairy milk bar. It's absolutely beautiful smoke. So if you are a bit hesitant on whether you can actually like the flavours of tobacco itself from different regions, maybe go for a flavoured one. Another great one as well is also the acid. But this, the tobacco Drew Estate in the Robusto size, absolutely fantastic cigar. And again, it's not going to knock your head off your shoulders. You're not going to have a big hearty meal beforehand. It's not going to make you feel sick. Very enjoyable cigar. Of course, it'd be wrong to be stood in a New World humidor and not mention the man himself, Rocky Patel. If you're going to start searching for cigars anywhere, Rocky Patel will come up eventually. So I picked 3 cigars which will be really good for beginners though to break into the Rocky Patel brand and be able to expand your palate and experience all the flavours that this brand has to offer. First of all, we've got the Rocky Patel White Label in the Robusto. Again, Robusto is a really good size to get started off in your journey because one, it feels good in the hand, it's a good size. You're going to get a good solid hour smoke out of it. It's probably the most popular size as well as a Toro, and you'll be able to experience all the flavours that the particular blender and this particular blend was made specifically for. So the White Label, fantastic cigar. It's not going to break the bank either. Now, probably one of the most common and most famous Rocky Patels is the number 6. Now, I'm still yet to find a cigar smoker that hasn't enjoyed this particular stick. Great construction, full of flavour. It's not going to be as light on the palate and as light in the smoke output. It's not going to be as light as the White Label or the Brick House that we spoke to before. But if you've already smoked in the past, or if you quite enjoy strong coffees and strong flavoured curries, a lot of spice, the number 6 is going to be a fantastic cigar to start your journey with. Now, I can't talk about Rocky Patel without having a little bit of a cheeky plug-in for one of our previous cigar reviews, the DBS. A little bit stronger compared to most cigars, and especially if you like spicy food, this is a fantastic cigar. Amazing blend, really construction, different flavours throughout the smoke as well. You can get a really good transitions throughout. Absolutely beautiful smoke. So, of course, I'll leave a link in the description before as well, because, you know, go watch it. Now, of course, we can't talk about cigars, we can't recommend cigars without going into Cubans. And there's a lot of people out there that will only smoke Cubans. I don't recommend just sticking to one particular blend. If you're going to enjoy cigars, enjoy everything that the world has to offer. But in saying that, I've picked out 3 Cuban cigars that I personally love, that if you want to break into that kind of world and you want to experience everything that Cuba has to offer without breaking the bank, these are 3 perfect cigars for you. Number 1, we have the Hoyo de Monterrey Epicure number 2. Now, when it comes to Cuban cigars, this is in my top 3 that I could have to smoke, which won't blow the palate to pieces. That's not going to make you nauseous or make you feel sick. This is a really nice, light, medium cigar that I think anyone can enjoy. Now, of course, not every single person wants to smoke big, fat, chunky cigars. Some people want to be able to just enjoy something for maybe 25 minutes to half hour. Now, this is where the Ramon Allones Small Club Corona comes in. An absolutely fantastic cigar. Smaller ring gauge as well, so smaller in the thickness, it's smaller in length as well. You're going to get a good, nice half-hour smoke out of this, especially in the cold and winter months now. You don't necessarily want to be stood outside for an hour or sat outside for an hour. The Small Club Corona is an absolutely fantastic cigar. You're going to experience all the flavours that Cuban tobacco has to offer in this small little stick. Absolutely perfect. And finally, one of my favourite Cuban cigars, we have the Monte Cristo number 5. You'll struggle to find someone who enjoys Cuban cigars that doesn't enjoy a Monte Cristo from all their range, and absolutely perfect. Again, smaller cigar, smaller ring gauge. You're going to get about 25 minutes to half hour out to this smoke, depending on how quick you do. But this is an absolutely perfect cigar to start your Cuban journey. So we've gone through cutting, we've gone through lighting, we've selected a few cigars for you. Now, if you want to collect it, you have to find the perfect way to store it. So let's head over to the bar at the SKHQ and let's have a look at some humidors. Now, when it comes to cigar storage, most people will go for a nice wooden humidor like the 3 that I have selected in front of me here. You don't necessarily have to use these. Some people are very happy just using an airtight Tupperware. But humidors come in all shapes and all sizes. You've got the classic wooden humidors like this. You've got a desktop humidor in the front of here, which holds anything between 15 and 20. You can even get some desktop humidors that hold up to 50 cigars, all the way up to tall towers like this one. Or, for example, like the one I have in the studio right now, is an electric one, which is a cool door as well, which means I can control the temperature. It's all down to personal preference. There is no right or wrong way, but the one thing you want to make sure you're not doing is using the cigar box that it actually comes in. Now, yes, it is nice, it is wooden, it's not airtight. Now, when it comes to treating your humidor or actually putting humidity into your humidor, there's multiple ways that you can do this. A lot of people use distilled water and they wipe down all the inside of the wood to make sure all the humidity's been absorbed into there. But a lot of people go the easier way and use Boveda. Now, Boveda packs come in all shapes and sizes. 9 times out of 10, they will come in a little pouch like this, and this is actually a humidity pouch. Now, this will put out humidity into your humidor. The humidity inside your humidor gets a bit too high. It also absorbs it as well. The Boveda is a foolproof way of keeping your cigars safe. Come in size like this, all the way up to huge boxes like this. Personally, for me, in my humidor, which you've seen in previous videos and which I'll show now, I have 2 of these resting in the humidor. A lot of people get fixated and they concentrate so much on the humidity, on the storing, that they get almost stressed out. It doesn't need to necessarily be that difficult. A good, solid wooden humidor, using the correct humidity methods, you shouldn't have to worry about it all. And blow your cigars in and let them rest. So that's it, guys. That's your basic beginner's video on getting started with your cigar. We've gone over how to cut, picking your cutter, lighting your cigar, how to smoke, picking your few favourites, and correctly how to store it. Following these quick and easy steps, that will break you into the cigar world. Obviously, there's a lot more complex things to come. There's a lot more complex cigars to smoke, but that is the beauty of the cigar industry, and that's the beauty of getting into cigars and enjoying tobacco. The possibilities are endless. Thank you for coming with us on our journey. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, enable the notifications. We post weekly on this channel, and make sure you go follow us on our social medias as well. We post daily over there with some absolutely phenomenal content. I've been James, you've been watching Smoking UK. We'll see you in the next video.